Hello guys, this is Champion Marks here for another Pokemon narrated Wi-Fi battle. This was versus a guy I met on the TPX Zatchat, a guy whose name I cannot remember. It was, I think, RicardoToddy or something like that, but yeah, sorry that I don't remember your name. If this was you, tell me so I can leave your link in the description if you have a YouTube channel, but anyway, let's get started. Here I was kind of testing out a new team that I'd made just for fun because, I wanted to make another team, just, freshen things up. So he leads off with a Staraptor, as I lead off with my Kikirizan, or Bisharp, because, I like naming things with Japanese name. But yeah, he goes for the U-turn instead of going for the close combat. I wasn't really sure why. Maybe he wanted to scout me, I guess, but whatever. In any case, that breaks the Focus Sash that I have, which is not favorable, but I do get up my Stealth Rocks as he goes into a Terrakion. Now I'm thinking, oh shit, this thing has a close combat, which I'm 4 times weak to, so I kind of want to get out of there. And he can. I'm also kind of fearing this thing because it can get up a stat boosting move on the Switch, which is, yeah, it usually has those. He goes for Rock Polish, which is good because if he went for a Sword Dance, I would have been in some deep shit because even in the max defense, max HP Gliscor is not going to enjoy taking +2 Stone Edges all day. But thankfully, he does decide to. He goes for the Rock Polish, and here he switches out, goes into his Shaman. I guess he was expecting. I have no idea, but it works out for him because I do go for a Toxic, and Shaman does have the Natural Cure, which means that Shaman really doesn't mind having that Toxic on it, because it can just switch out and get rid of it whenever it wants. Now, here, I don't really know what to expect from this Shaman. I was thinking Leaf Seed because of the way he sent it in on my Gliscor, but I just decided to go for the Protect to scout this thing. It goes straight for the Seed Player, so I'm assuming it's probably an offensive Shaman, judging by how it went straight out for the attacking move. Now, I'm going to switch out here because I really do not want to take that Seed Flare at all, because if I do take that, it's probably going to do a shit ton of damage to my Gliscor, because Gliscor is not known for special defense. Here, he predicts the switch, goes for the Hidden Power, which I was kind of like, oh shit, did it Hidden Power Ice? Because if it is, that's not that bad. But it's a Hidden Power Fire, which is not good, because I take a crap ton of damage from that. But thankfully, I live it somehow, and at this point, I was really debating whether to go for Sucker Punch to kill this thing, or Thunder Wave, predicting the switch, because Sucker Punch was so obvious, but I do predict the switch, and go for the Thunder Wave. Now, he switches out, which is good, because that means that, my prediction was correct, and I get the Thunder Wave on his Terrakion, which is awesome, because Terrakion, paralyzed, is crippled, and basically useless. Now, I'm gonna die to one more rock switch in, so I really don't want to switch this guy out, or my Bisharp, and going for Sucker Punch would be stupid, because that would give it +1 because of Justified, so I just go for the Iron Head, thinking it'll do a crap ton of damage, because it's super effective, and maybe I'll get lucky and get a flinch, or paralyze. Neither of those happened, though, but doesn't really matter, because I left this thing in to die anyway, so it just takes the Earthquake, and it, yeah, dies. But that's good, because I got a free switch in on this thing, and because it's paralyzed, it won't be able to do shit other than either die, or switch out and give me a chance to set up or something, I don't know. But I just go to my Ononokusu. Now, though I'm thinking he may switch out, I really don't want to risk him staying in, expecting me to use the setup move and going for the attack, so I just go straight for the Earthquake to get rid of his Terrakion, because even when it's paralyzed, if it is allowed to get off a hit, it's still going to do crap ton, and will probably kill my Ononokusu. Or Haxorus, god. I'm used to calling it Ononokusu, because it's a way better name, but whatever. I just decided to switch out to my Milotic because no matter what set this Latias is, unless it's randomly a physical set, it's not going to be able to do anything to my Latios, because, no, he has Latias, whatever. It won't be able to do anything to my Milotic, because Milotic is amazing in special defense, and yeah, that just proves it, because it took a Draco Meteor with just a quarter. That is pretty damn powerful. for a ball, and I took that like nothing. Now, I didn't really know what he'd go for, but I was assuming that thing was choiced, so I wanted to go for Toxic to make sure that that thing died as quickly as possible. I didn't really think he'd switch out, but he did. But anyway, I just wanted to go for the Toxic on the switch in case he did, to, you know, Toxic whatever he brought in. Brings in the Shame, and I'm thinking, okay, that's good, because earlier I saw it take Life Orb damage, and Toxic plus Life Orb is going to be doing a shit ton, and unless this thing has some form of recovery, it's going to die pretty quickly. Now, here, I switch out because I'm thinking I really don't want to have my Milotech take the Seed Flare, so I switch into Blaziken, and if you read the screen, you'll probably understand why I named my Blaziken Fuck You I. Unfortunately, Shaman goes for the rest on my switch, which is not good, because that means it gets all its HP back, and if it decides to switch out, it'll basically be completely reset on its HP, which is not favorable at all. Now, I go for the Fire Blast, thinking... oh, jeez. Thinking it would stay in, but of course it doesn't. It switches out Melodius for the resist of my double stab, and yeah, fuck you, I go for Fire Blast. But I miss, which is not fun. Not fun at all. Because that means this thing doesn't take any damage, and I'm thinking probably just going to go for the Draco Meteor again, so I switch out to my Milotech, because Milotech took that like a boss last time, so this time it'll probably do it just about as well. And I do take that with about half of my HP left, so yeah, I can stay and take those all day. I know he's going to switch out, so I think here I decide to go for the Ice Beam, maybe? Did I? Don't remember. Let's see, switches into Shaman, which is kind of predictable, but yeah. So do I go for Toxic, or do I go for Ice Beam? Yeah, I go for the Ice Beam, predicting the switch into Shaman, because he thought I'd go for the Toxic again, I guess, and that does a lot to his Shaman. Puts it at around half health, which is good, because that means if I get him my Milotech alone with Latias again, I can just go for the Ice Beam, and if he brings in Shaman, it will die. But here, I'll just switch back out into Blaziken, because I know, thanks to the resist, I will be able to take at least one Seed Flare, because there's no Stealth Rocks up, so I haven't been taking any damage. And I do take that sort of well. Not very, but I know because I am Scarfed, I will be faster, and I can take this thing out with any hit that I throw at it, aside from the resisted hit, so yeah, I just decided to go for High Jump Kick, because my attack is higher, and if he switches into Latias, High Jump Kick's just going to do more overall damage. So yeah, I do go for the High Jump Kick. It does hit, thankfully, so I get off the hit on his Latios. And I decide to stay in, because I know unless he is Scarfed as well, I am going to be faster, and I will kill him. But he is faster, which tipped me off to the fact that he himself is Scarfed, and because he went for the Thunderbolt, I can easily go into my Haxorus, because I know I resist it, and because of that, he won't be able to one-hit KO me, so I can get off a free Dragon Dance on the Switch, which is exactly what I do. And, oh, jeez. I need something to drink, man. Oh, well. He switches into Dusknoir, and it's pretty obvious that he wants to go for the Will-O-Wisp, but I'm not fearing that at all, for one reason, and you'll see that later. So I just go for the Dragon Dance, because I knew he'd switch, because staying in when you're locked into a resist move, not the greatest idea, unless you know it will kill. And it wouldn't in this case. So yeah, his Dusknoir just gets some leftovers and shit, and I decided to go for a second Dragon Dance, because I want to have as much attack and speed as possible so that I can sweep his team, hopefully. And here, I call the miss on his Will-O-Wisp, and he gets a miss. Could have mattered, probably did, but who knows, like, no. Sorry, can't talk to you right now, man. Get off my screen. Sorry about that, one of my friends is calling me on Skype, but whatever. I get up the third Dragon Dance, as he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, and here I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do about it? Oh, well, guess what? Lumberry, bitch. Yeah, I carry the Lumberry to counteract confusion from Outrage, but, you know, Helping me get up extra Dragon Dances while my opponent tries to burn me works just as well. So here I go for the Outrage. Even Dust Noir, with a max defense, probably wouldn't be able to live a +3 Outrage. So, yeah, that's good. And here he switches in his War Turtle, and yeah, this is an Evilite War Turtle, because anything that's not fully evolved has an Evilite on it. This is lessons you need to know. He goes for the Protect. I'm guessing he wanted to, just stall me for get the confusion, and I was just like, yes, this means that my outrage is reset. Wait, what? I got confused? Damn it! I was kind of hoping for the 3-turn outrage, but whatever. And I decided to stay in because I didn't want to risk letting this thing live, and I did want to risk the confusion for the opportunity to kill it. So, luckily I don't get hit with confusion, so I do get off the outrage, and this War Turtle gets completely wrecked. Now, here, he brings back in his Latias. Even with the Choice Scarf, I have +3 speed. He only has +1. I know I can outspeed this thing, and I am confused and locked in Outrage, but I just stay in because I want to try and get off as many kills as I can before I either hit myself in confusion or by some manners of the gods, one of his Pokemon lives an attack for me and kills me. But yeah, here he brings in his Shaman because it's really the last attacker he has left to try and come at me, or whatever. But I just decide to stay in and continually risk the confusion, and I go for the Brick Break because I didn't want to risk going for Outrage, getting out of my confusion, and then getting thrown right back into confusion. So yeah, I just go for the Brick Break, and yeah, now he switches into Star Raptors, last guy. I know at this point, even if I do hit myself in confusion with +3 attack, I've won. But thankfully I don't, so I do get off the Brick Break, and that is good game. So good game, RicardoToddy. I know you're probably not gonna see this, but if you do, just tell me so I can like link you in the description and stuff. And yeah, comment, rate, sub, and see you guys for the next battle.